Hi everyone, welcome to Notes and Bits. My name is Talene. I'm an orchestrator, conductor, gamer, and a mom. And this channel is all about my journey into becoming a distinguished conductor and orchestrator in the music industry. I'll be sharing some behind the scenes of my music work, my love for video game soundtracks, some cozy gaming moments, and a little bit of my everyday life as a mom along the way. This is just the start, and I'm excited to bring you along for the ride. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's dive in. Okay, now that I've marked up the score, let's look at it a little more closely. So the piece starts off with this, very famous flute solo. I wouldn't really conduct this beginning. I would just give a cue for the flutist to start. And I would just show downbeats so the orchestra knows where I am. Here is where the cueing would really start. We have oboe, clarinet, and harp that come in on beat 2, and then the horn ringing at the and of 2. So it's like 1 and 2 and right there. So that's an important cue. And then here we have the entrance of the low strings, the second harp, and then the second horn. Oh, and it changes to 6/8 here. And then we have a pause, and then same thing kind of repeats with this interchanging horn melody. Let's conduct this section. Okay, next, the flute comes back with that solo melody, back to 9/8 over here. And then we have a bassoon cue here. They haven't played yet in the piece, so this is an important cue for them. Not sure why I put it here. It should be here. So the flute plays the solo, and then the oboe takes over, so we should be with the oboe there. And then a cue for the English horn there, because they haven't played yet either. Now this area here is the first sort of semi-climax, and we have a crescendo here, and then we have this figure that everyone's doing, crescendo, crescendo, crescendo on each beat. So it's important to show those. And then it fades with the clarinet solo there. If you're interested in seeing more content like this, I would love to do an entire video on just score study and conducting, so let me know in the comments. I love the music from Breath of the Wild. I initially thought I would show you my top 3 favorite tracks from the game, but that's pretty much impossible to do because there's over 200 tracks and there's so many good ones. So instead, I'm going to show you 3 of some of my favorite tracks from the game. First is Sidon's theme. It's based on 2 notes, C and Do, from solfege, so B and C, which is basically his name, Si, Do, Sidon, and it goes like this. Next up is Tarrey Town. It's just so cozy and comforting, and I love that when Link is building this town in the game, there's sections built for each of the races of Hylians, like the Gorons, Gerudos, and each time he builds a section, that race's town theme is added onto the piece. For example, the Gerudo theme. So I think that's a really cool thing about this piece. And for my final choice, I decided to pick the Molduga battle theme. The piece goes on like that, and what surprised me the most about this is that there's this random E-flat major melody that comes up out of nowhere. Apparently it's phase 2 of the battle. It's something I had not even heard in the game. I heard it when I listened to the soundtrack. So random, but so cool at the same time. And then it goes back to the original key, F sharp minor, and there's this really beautiful violin solo that goes like this. Very Arabian. And it goes off into some crazy runs, which I'm not going to attempt to play. That's all I'm going to show for today. Maybe in the future I'll show my top 10 favorite tracks. That'll be easier than doing top 3. And let me know what some of your favorite tracks are down in the comments.